Welcome to Turn Riding Fear Around podcast. Simple methods to overcome fear and start riding again. I'm Elise Hittinger, and I'm the host for your journey to courage. This is episode 14, Bonding Through Grooming. This is a really good way for me to boost my courage, especially if I'm having a little bit of a bad day or if my horses are having a little bit of a bad day. I love doing this. So each of my horses is different, and I'm going to talk a little bit about all three. So Tega, when she's having an off day, she wants to be scratched. She loves me to find her itchy spots and just completely soak into being scratched. She loves her forehead scratched. She loves her ears scratched, her chest, her neck. She especially loves her lady parts all rubbed and scratched and under her tail. And she just really enjoys being scratched all over armpits, her little armpitties. Oh yeah, she loves it. And so that's the first thing you can do is really just find all those itchy spots on your horse and just figure out if they like them rubbed, if they like them scratched, if they like a grooming mitt or even a curry comb. They all are different. So really just play with finding all those itchy spots on your horse. And Tega loves to scratch my back. If I've got an itch on my back, I can just point to my back and she'll come over and scratch my back and it feels so good. So that's kind of fun too, is to do some mutual grooming. But itchy spots, great way to bond with your horse. The second one, and this one I do with Binky. Binky was very checked out. Just had worked hard her whole life, racing 96 races, and loves to work. I mean, she's always the first one to put her head in the halter. But I really had a hard time bonding with her for a long time. Super aggressive, but I think more out of fear and just more out of what she went through and all the emotional trauma. So with Binky, I started low. I started playing with her feet. And she got so curious because I didn't just do the normal routine of picking up the feet, picking them out, setting them back down, or picking them up, trimming them, and setting them back down. I started playing with her feet. I'd start moving them in little circles, moving them in bigger circles, moving them up to her belly, moving them down to the ground, pulling them a little bit forward, pulling them a little bit backwards. And while I was doing that, I thought, I wonder if I could write her initials with her foot. And sure enough, she got to the point that I just write each initial over the top of each other. I don't like pull her leg way out to write her name, but I can write Binky with all 4 feet now. And she watches me. She puts her head down there and watches what I'm doing with her foot. So that was a really good way of me to bond with Binky because it wasn't threatening to her. It wasn't invasive really of her territory. It was something that she knew, picking up the feet and picking them out. And yet it was different, and it was different enough that it made her curious. So I love just playing with the feet, doing different stuff, figuring out how many different things you can do with the foot while you have it picked up. Michelle's the third one. And Michelle is tense, but in different areas of her body. And I knew this when she came to me, they told me she was cinchy. And I got that fixed right away. I always feed a big giant pile of hay or really good grazing grass while I'm tacking up so my horses aren't cinchy. As long as they're got their head down and they're eating while I'm putting the tack on, and then I walk them and do the girth up a little bit and walk some more. But with her, she had different muscles that were tense on different days. And so what I would do with her is I would just feel her body until I would find something that was tense. And then I would make it contract. So like in the neck, if you run your hands down like where the vet does an IV, or where you do an IV if you do IV, if you run your hands down that big muscle that's right there and it's tense, you can actually lift it up, like grab it and lift it up until they relax. And as they relax, encourage the head to go all the way to the ground. That's one thing that I've just loved, is really finding those tense muscles. Her flank was another big one. If I put my hand anywhere near her flank, I could feel the tension in her and I could feel her starting to move away. And so I would press it, being careful not to get kicked. But I would press into that tension and then I'd let go and she would just relax and take a breath. And if you want to do this yourself, I kind of equate it to picking your shoulders up by your ears. Get those shoulders all the way up by your ears and feel how uncomfortable that is. You really can't move your head. You're all stiff. And then just let your shoulders go. And I can tell you, for me, my shoulders go further than what was before I crunched them up. The relaxation is just there. And it's the same thing with the horses, but they don't know how to do that. So really just finding those tense muscles and helping them learn to relax those muscles. And now Michelle is funny. Michelle will come up to me, and if she's tense, she'll like show me the muscle that's tense. And I can squeeze it or press it or lift it up. And then I can just feel her working it. And then I'll just let go as she lets go. And she just gives a huge sigh of relief. And it's really helped her. She's almost never tense now. She's just so relaxed most of the time. A good horse trainer that talks about this a lot is Tristan from TRT Method. He's very good at talking about the tension in the muscles and how to process it and help the horses process it. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this, I'd love for you to get my free ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Courage Pennies. And it just has a lot of little simple things you can do to soak up your courage every day and build your courage penny bank so that we're all riding again and enjoy. See you guys later. Bye.